Do you hear that? It is Christmas in July. I am so excited. Has to be one of my favorite times of the year because I love Christmas and I love Christmas crafting, and this is the perfect time to get started because today I have 5 projects to share with you. Super easy, super budget friendly, and affordable. Not only are they great for you, but these make excellent gift ideas. I want to thank Shannon over at the Cozy Christmas Cottage. You may better know her from the Daily DIYer, but yes, she does have a second channel that she does the last 6 months of the year where it is full of Christmas inspiration. So if you are looking at anything Christmas, you want to check out her channel, as well as she's included several of us in this collab, and the playlist for this is listed in the description box, and you want to make sure that you watch all of those so that you can be inspired and start your Christmas crafting. Now let's get to it. For this project, we are creating a door hanger, and you just need to grab a wood round. This is a 12-inch one. You can pick these up at the dollar store, in a pack from the craft store, or even get a heavier duty one from like the hardware store. It doesn't matter. Just grab some round wood, give it a good coat of paint. Once it dries, then you're going to go in with either some vinyl like I am, or you can use some stencils. The idea is to get some form of an image that you really love and screams Christmas to you. I love these Christmas trees. I think they're so cute. I actually got this idea from something I saw on Etsy, but it was almost $60, and I was able to make this for a fraction of the cost. Now, I did use Canva to create this, and then I saved it into Design Space and cut it out with my Cricut. If you have a Cricut, I will leave a link for you so that you can also cut out this image. Now, let me remind you, you do not have to have a cutting machine. A stencil would look great, or you can even freehand something like this. It is a pretty simple and easy design. After you have your image, you definitely want to decorate this and add its accessories. So here I have just a little greenery pick, and I like to pull it apart so that I can lay the branches where I want it. Plus, it extends it. I'm able to use one pick to do this entire wall hanger. Now, of course, I added in some berries for that pop of red, but it wasn't the only red. I felt like this definitely could use a bow. Now, if you have not seen my video on how I create my bows, I will make sure I link that for you. But the finishing touch for this is this rusty little bell. You can pick these up in like a set at Hobby Lobby or something, but is it not the cutest and most perfect finishing touch? To hang this, you definitely just want to add a little bit of rope on the back if it doesn't already have a way to hang it. And there you have it. You have yourself the cutest little door hanger, whether you keep it for yourself or you choose to gift this to someone else.
Oh, it's time for Christmas. Oh, it's time for us. Oh, it's time for Christmas. Don't you know? Oh, it's time for Christmas.
For this next project, you are going to want to pick up 3 bells. Now, I found these 3 at Dollar Tree, and technically they call them wind chimes, but you may also find bells at like the dollar spot at Walmart or Target or in a thrift store. Just pick up 3 bells. It doesn't matter what they look like because we are going to make these into Christmas bells. Now, I went ahead and cut the dinger out. We are going to replace these with something else later. And then if there's any sort of texture on there, make sure that you sand it. I went in with a 220, oh, sorry, I went in with an 80 and then finished up with a 220 to get a smoother texture. To get that vintage color that I'm looking for, this is Bear's Hammered Paint in Chestnut, and it is a gorgeous paint color. It did take me a couple of coats to get the coverage I wanted, but after that, to get it to look more vintagey and like it had some patina on it, we are applying 3 different waxes. So we have a gold, a white, and then I took a clear and mixed in just a little bit of black paint to get it to have that darker color. Now, it's not going to be as good as if you had a black wax, but it will get the job done. Now, to start off with, this is Rub and Buff in European, and it's just a little bit lighter than the spray paint color was, but it is adding a little bit more dimension. So you're going to brush it on and then wipe off your excess and just keep applying it until you get the look that you're going for. After that, you're going to want to go in with a darker wax, so like the black wax, and apply that. Not quite as much as you would have with the gold, but you definitely want to add that another layer of depth with it. Again, brush it on, wipe it off. And then for the white, I actually dotted it on and then patted it to make it to be less uniform as the other two and to really give it that look that I was going for. And I think this turned out great. Now, you could get a similar look with just paint, but it was really fun to play with these waxes. For the new dinger, we're using some wood pieces. These are actually from the tumbling tower set that you can get at Dollar Tree. And then you want to sand down all of the sharp edges. I find it easier just to lay the sandpaper down and sand that way. But anywhere there's a sharp edge, sand it and smooth it out, and then drill a hole towards the top of it that is large enough to fit whatever rope you're using through the hole. Now it's time to give those little dingers a weathered wood look. So I'm mixing two colors, a darker gray and a lighter brown, and that gives me the perfect grayish color. I do go in with some water to thin it out because I want to do a faux stain with these, more of a wash. Once I have the consistency that I want, I brush it on, and then you want to make sure that you wipe off the excess. After that, just set them aside and let them dry. Now it's time to reassemble your bells. So take some rope. I find it easier to put some tape on the end so that it's easy to go through the holes. You're going to string it through your little dinger, and then you need to measure to decide how far down the bell you need to be. And then that length at the top of that, go ahead and tie a knot. Once you have that knot, then you're going to take a single strand of that rope and thread it through the bell, tie a knot at the top of that hole, and now you're going to create another loop for as long as you want it and tie another knot at the very top of that bell, and then cut off whatever extra rope you have. And there you have it. It makes such a cute, simple, easy vintage bell. I absolutely love these.
365 chances of the year to try to make it right. You have to see it clear.
For the next project, you want to grab a galvanized container. You can get them at the dollar store, at a craft store, but I found this one at the thrift store. I go on 50% off day, so I was able to get this for $2.50, and it is perfect for this project. You also want to grab some rub-ons. Now, I grabbed these off at Amazon. They're from Prima. Now, I have to tell you, shipping was so much faster than they even said, and I'm going to use this super cute wreath to put on it. All you want to do is cut out whatever shape you want, pull it off the backing, lay it exactly where you want it, and then you're going to use the stick that comes with it to rub it on. And then as you're rubbing, you're going to pull that top layer away. It is that simple, and just like that, you have yourself the cutest piece of decor. Currently, I displayed this with some faux Christmas tree branches, but if you are like me and you have artificial trees but you want that Christmas tree smell, imagine this with some real Christmas tree branches and how yummy your house would smell. Now, if you wanted to gift this, you could do some of those Christmas tree branches, some red berries, pine cones, and now you have yourself a beautiful Christmas bouquet with a gorgeous tin that only took you a few seconds to do. What a fantastic gift idea. Next project, you need to grab yourself a wooden box, whether it's a crate or a basket like this one. Now, again, I always like to go on 50% off days, so I was able to grab this basket for only $5, and it is perfect for this next project. Whether you're using an old box or a new box, you do want to take the time to sand any rough spots. I know a lot of the newer crates sometimes have some rougher areas, so just take the time to do that so that your entire box is nice and smooth and ready to be painted. Now here I am spray painting my box, but you can also paint it by hand. It doesn't really matter. Just make sure that you coat it well enough that you have a nice clean surface to work with. I am again going in with some vinyl. I saw this super cute idea in Design Space, and then I tweaked it a little bit to fit what I'm going for, and we are creating a Christmas Eve box. I know so many people have traditions for Christmas Eve, and this is the perfect place to put a lot of the items that would be used. Now you can see that I chose to use several different colors of vinyl just to really make this pop, and I'm just layering them one on top of the other. Now you could also do this in one single color if you wanted to, or if you don't have a cutting machine, you could also use like a stencil or freehand something on here. I just think the idea of a Christmas Eve box is so much fun. Once you have your design on your box, then you are ready to fill it with all of those special items that get used on Christmas Eve. last idea is just a fun one, and I could not resist when I saw these candlesticks at the thrift store. Now, with that 50% off, they were only $2 each or $4 for the pair. Now, of course, you can get candlesticks other places, but I do find that the thrift store is the best deal in town. Now, these candlesticks needed a zhuzh, and I decided to go big and bold and spray paint them in Rust-Oleum's Apple Red. Isn't this a gorgeous bold color? Oh, but we're not done. These need to be Christmas-fied. So here I have some white electrical tape, and starting towards the top of the candlestick, you just want to place it down and then just start twirling it all the way around your candlestick. It just kind of will go in a diagonal, and if you can't tell, we are making a peppermint candlestick. Once you get to the bottom, you just want to place it all the way down around that edge, but then take a sharp blade. I'm just using a little X-Acto knife, and you are going to cut away the excess. I prefer to cut it at an angle because that gives you a really sharp, beautiful look. And there you have just a gorgeous peppermint candlestick. Which one of these do you think you're going to recreate? Let me know that in the comments. Make sure you check that playlist down in the description box. Shannon, thank you so much for including me. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!